All right, one and all, you are at the best sports podcast on the internet. Yes, it is off the rails. I'm your host, John. And if you could, hit that like and subscribe button. It means a lot to us. And if you could, leave it, feeling a little risque, leave some comments. We welcome one, we welcome all into this beautiful world of sports. Like I say, this is the best time of year. We got the NBA playoffs, we got NHL playoffs. Oh, baseball. Love seeing baseball. I like watching it, except I'm in Southern California, so I have to watch the Dodgers continually win, which kind of makes me sick, and the Angels continually lose, which is the norm. You just have to get used to it. It is what it is. All right, let's head off into the NBA. Rockets staved off elimination, 131-116. Uh, they turned this game really, really early with some steals. Golden State was just out of it. They made it a little competitive in that fourth quarter. I think they closed it within 12. Houston just had too much for them. Now they head back to Golden State for game 6 and see if the Warriors can close it out. I would say Houston has got a big problem on their hands. They really better bring it because this is where championship pedigree really matters. Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Jimmy Butler, they know how to win these kind of games. In kind of the surprise of the night, the Timberwolves went into Los Angeles and finished off the Lakers 4-2. Luka was hurt most of the game, played like a warrior, 28, 7, and 9. Played really great. The surprise out of this game was Rudy Gobert, the four-time defensive player of the year. 27 points, I think it has been, and 24 rebounds. It had been 5 years since he had scored 20 points in a NBA playoff game. Had a heck of a game. I got to be honest with you, and I know I'm going to be a little out there. I don't understand Reggie Miller and what he really brings to the game. I don't, I see him, and I just can't even put him in the same league with Doris Burke. I just don't think his criticism is authentic, and I don't think, he's trying to predict plays. There was a couple times coming down, he goes, "Oh, this will be Luka for 3," and Luka passed off, and they ran whatever set play they had. Um, he's going to be the main play-by-play guy for NBC when they take over the NBA next October. I think they could have done a lot better. I mean, but ESPN isn't going to give up Doris Burke. I don't really know what else you got. All right, let's go to the National Hockey League, and we had the Capitals finishing off the Canadiens. We had the Lightning losing to the Panthers. If you listened to the podcast yesterday, Brother Scott was predicting the Lightning were going to take it to a game 7. I understood it. It is a chippy rivalry. They were at home. Yeah. Panthers just had too many lines, too many players, too deep. Brad Marchand, 2 assists. There's a nice pickup from Boston at the trade deadline. They beat the Lightning 6-3. They advanced. They won the series 4-1. And to give myself a little black eye, the Blues lost to the Jets 5-3. The Blues are down 3-2. They head back to St. Louis. We shall see. I predicted St. Louis would win this series in a huge upset. We shall see how that all plays out. All right, let's go to Major League Baseball. Cardinals beat the Reds in the first game of a doubleheader, I believe it was, 6-0. Cardinals, not bad. I mean, I really think they're trash. I think they're a 70-win team. But right now, currently, they're 13-17. Not bad. Reds fell to 16-14. Tigers took on the Astros, won 7-4 on the road. Tigers still very impressive, 19-12. I don't know how they did that, but you know what? They sure as heck did. When we think of the Tigers, we think of Scooball, and we think about how great he is. But man, they seem to be building a team around Hinch and the rest of the team. I don't really know if they figured out the Torkelson thing. I'm not sure how that all worked, but it is what it is. Braves lost a heartbreaker to the Rockies 2-1. And the Rockies were in the running to be only the second team since I think 1901 to only win 4 games in their first 30. That would be the 1988 Baltimore Orioles. The Braves let them off the hook. Now the Rockies are a stellar 5-25. That translates out to 20-100. Then then we go 25-125. I mean, they're not even on a pace to get 35 wins. Wow. Chicago White Sox, you only had the low bar for 1 year. Don't worry, you're gonna have some company here real damn soon. Whatever that is. All right, let's head back down. The Dodgers swept the Marlins 12-7 in an afternoon matinee at Chavez Ravine. Gonsolin got the win for the Dodgers. Quantrill took the loss 2-3. The Angels are in a free fall. Mike Trout got hurt, came off the field. I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. 29 games. He doesn't know what it is, some type of tenderness in his leg. I hope it's not serious. I think the game is better with Mike Trout on the field. The Angels lost their 5th in a row after a really nice start. They're 12-17. Mariners won 9-3. Mariners are playing some really, really good baseball. 8-2 in their last 10. The Giants lost to the Padres. Padres are 19-11. Padres win 5-3. Both of these teams are really respectable. Padres 19-11. Giants 19-12. Playing some really, really good ball. Now, Michael King, who is the Padres starting pitcher that they got in the Juan Soto trade, has been rumored to be on the trading block because of salary issues. He's got 4-1 with a 2.09 ERA. I mean, good luck. I mean, what kind of king's ransom can they get for that kid if they really did? It would be a king's ransom. You see how slick I am? That's why you got to come back here, because we bring stuff nobody else does. King's ransom. Keep patting yourself on the back, John. It wasn't that good. All right, the Guardians beat the Twins 4-2. Guardians 17-13. Not bad. Not bad. Playing some good baseball. Yankees lost to the Orioles. Orioles finally found a way to win. They're 12-18. 5-4. I will tell you the top of the order for the Yankees is just murderer's row. They've got, Judge hitting over 400. Paul Goldschmidt, who I thought was going to tank incredibly. I didn't think he'd do well in Yankee Stadium. Sorry, John, you are incorrect. Hitting well over 300, playing really good baseball. The Pirates won 4-3. That must be a misprint, because that trash, that's the Pirates. If Skeens doesn't pitch for them, I don't know how they ever win. But somehow they do. 12-19. Good thing they didn't get any free agents in the offseason. My heart goes out to the Pittsburgh fans, because they are really, really good fans. I would put them up there with the Oakland A's fans when they were in Oakland. Diehards. I mean, honestly, you go to those games and those fans are really involved. They really are passionate about their team, kind of like St. Louis, I guess. But the teams just don't reward that loyalty. They just take it for granted, which is just despicable. They should actually make those owners sell, but nobody's going to listen to me. Cardinals won the second game of the doubleheader 9-1. Wow, break them up. Reds. I remember back in the day, and I don't really know what that is, that if somebody won the first game of a doubleheader, they always said bet the other side. Nowadays, you see a lot of sweeps of doubleheaders, and I don't really understand why that is. But it has definitely changed in baseball. You're not going to hear that anywhere else. That's why you come to Off the Rails. The Phillies resumed a little order in the baseball world, beating the Nationals 7-2. Nationals are still a semi-respectable 13-18. Phillies are 17-13. I will tell you, this team is hot, and they are under the radar. The Royals beat the Rays 3-0. They finally got above 500, 16-15. They are 8-2 in their last 10. Bobby Witt has a 20-game hitting streak. They are on fire. They are playing some really, really good baseball, and the world is not noticing. The Red Sox, of course, can't keep it going. They lost to the Blue Jays 7-6 in extra innings. Sometimes you just want to throw out. Just when you start to get faith that the Red Sox are going to get there, yeah. They show you the reality. They show you the pre-2004 Red Sox. Diamondbacks beat the Mets 4-3. Mets still an incredible 21-10. Diamondbacks creeping way above 500 at a whole 16-14. Hello, maybe get it going, guys. All right, we got the Brewers beat the White Sox 6-4. Brewers 16-15. Not bad, not bad. White Sox 7-23. Them in Colorado should be fighting out for the entire year on who's going to be the worst team in baseball. Athletics beat the Rangers in Arlington 7-1. The Rangers 11-5 at home, but they're only 5-10 on the road. Jeez, not too good. Not too good there. All right, that's it today for Off the Rails Sports Podcast. If you could, like I said, please hit like and subscribe. It means a lot. Leave some comments. See what you want us to talk about, and we will attend to your sports listening needs. All right, that's all for today, and we'll see you soon on Off the Rails.